Hello everyone, Teacher here and welcome to another video. Today is Sunday, so what could be more appropriate than making a video for the daily challenges, what you could work on, also if you are still in the early phase of the game with your levels, like what should you focus on onwards so you are optimizing your squads and still getting the benefits. So if you're ready, let's take a closer look. Now, we'll be taking them one at a time, and honestly, there are some of them that I will just skip over and not really go into details. This one is actually quite easy, the Dark Relics one, because you are allowed to use Orc and Elves, and Orc is basically Isengard, Elf, Rivendell, funny enough, and overall there's just an abundance of characters that you can choose from here, so should be a pretty easy one to get, and yeah, it's overall just a very nice one. The only sad part here is that you actually get the shadow rewards instead of the light side. Then there's this one, the Forged in the Deep, which I think is the one most people have a problem with. I managed to get the 3-star around a week ago or so, and yeah, I can't actually play it, but I got it done with my Strider, my Halberad, and then free from the Haradrim squad. So, and that would be Wubete, Robel, and also Tibeb. Tibeb for the heal and the haste. And then I had 3 AoEs. And that is the big thing for this one, is you need the AoE. Now the first wave we have the Dwarf, where you want to focus the bowman on the what we would call the backline on the left side. So like if we have 1, 2, 3, and then the 2 front one, then I would target this one back up here, or this one in on the furthest right side in the back row. And then basically you heal, you chuck down, and what you want to do is when the second wave comes up, which is the Isenguards, you want to try to focus down Mauher and Dunhar. Like again, you want your AoEs to be off cooldown. That's what you wanna like aim for. That every single wave you get your AoEs back, and you leave Ugluk for last. I would say because he doesn't do that much damage. Tordok, the two ones, they actually do some damage, but Mauher can crit a lot, and he is having deadly. Like he's really well built up, and the heal from Dunhar is also a pain. So give it a go. On the last wave, it is very, very critical that you have AoEs and they are strong enough to kill Nuras before Nuras pops his heal. You can do that. You can also get some of the 2 Gimlis down because they are also okay to kill. And preferably you want to kill one of the 2 trolls. I usually go for the one on the back line. And yeah, you can survive it. Like it's a little bit RNG dependent, but all your AoEs should kill Nuras, then get the troll on the backline down, and if you have someone who is healthy, like a Halbarad, then tank with him. This one is probably the hardest one to do of everything. Light side, cakewalk basically. So yeah, use whatever you want. Um, Oh, for this one, this is where Rohan 3 actually is really great, but the problem is you need a healer. That's something I forgot to say. So there is a benefit to doing um, Rohan as your free to play because they will help you in this one, and Lightside is where we get the most characters from, as evidently by the current marquees. At the moment, they have released 2 Shadow marquees, and I believe we're up to 11, and that's before Balin on the light side. Not really something that is very balanced, and I think something that people should mention for their Reddit AMA tomorrow. Ask when do we get more shadow, but that's for another video. Yeah, again, light side here not an issue. Tank and healer also not really an issue here. You get Pippin, um, and you get Sam, but that's about it, I believe. And then you can just use different things. We are like this one is actually not that bad because there are some tank and some healers that are pretty good. Wondrous abilities. This is also really good for those of you who use Rohan because you have Eowyn and Eomer available, and that's really good. No, actually, you don't have Pippin here because Pippin is actually a support, I believe. So you have Pippin here, and you also have Strider here. You have basically a lot of different stuff. Here you have Ironhide actually. So this one, the trick here is to work around the unbreakables. Like you want to get Elrond down, then you want to get Elladan. Arwen I leave for last when we're talking about the last wave. And again, always make sure AoEs for the waves are off cooldown and make sure you can heal. Like prolong a wave if you can, so you get some of your good abilities off cooldown or close. And this one, Shadow, I would say I delayed it a lot because at one point there was no reason to do Shadow. Do I regret it? Yes, I do. Would I go back and change it if I could? Yes, I would. But here, don't cheat yourself out of this one. This is level 50, and I believe it's the same with the treasure trove, and the rest, some of them are only at level 60. So basically, I was stuck around here with my Isengard and my Ironhide. I would say make sure you get this because XP is just so massive. And yeah, that is basically what you want to do. Make sure you get the things. I need yellow more than I need the rare ability material at the moment, so we'll go with this one. I'm currently farming in chapter 1s, and that is really hurting me. I'm farming Pippin to a 7-star, and once that is done, I will go back to my chapter 5 in the guild. So, but yeah, make sure you do this, and always log in and make sure you do all of these. And sometimes try, like, test the RNG, see what works, and see if you can get it. I mean, if you could 2-star, I would rather spend the time 2-starring or 1-starring instead of just autoing this if I had the time for it. If it's something I really have to work for and I only succeed 1 out of 5, I wouldn't do it. I would just take the lower tier and then try once a week to see, okay, I upgrade my squad, can I actually do this? So that was the daily challenges, everyone, and I hope it's helpful. So again, this also like why Road to Rivendell is a little bit double-edged sword because they don't really work as a team in this. You have to split them up where Rohan is more beneficial across the board because there's no such thing as Hobbit tag at the moment. So basically, make sure you do these, push yourself, and keep in mind both light side campaign, shadow side campaign, these challenges and raid, what do you want to build, and plan ahead accordingly. So if you like this, then drop a comment down below and leave a like, and I'll see you all in the next video.